Hey, I'm so glad you're here, and I'm even more excited if you've picked up my tarot deck. This video is made to go hand in hand with it, and if you haven't grabbed one yet, I'd highly recommend it, especially if you want to learn tarot as fast and easy as possible. I designed this deck to take the guesswork out of reading. The meanings are right there on the cards, so you can start learning by doing. No flipping through a guidebook every time you pull a card. And this video series is going to help you take that even further by showing you how the deck is structured, how the patterns work, and how to start making real sense of what you're seeing, as well as giving you a brief walkthrough of every card. So, let's get into it. First of all, let's talk about how tarot is structured. So, a tarot deck has 78 cards and they're split into two main parts, the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana. The Major Arcana is made up of 22 cards and they represent the big turning points in life. These are the moments that change you. Falling in love, hitting rock bottom, realizing something that flips everything on its head. Cards like the Lovers, the Tower, the World, they don't show up for everyday stuff. They show up when your life is going to change in a big way. They're numbered from 0 to 21, and together they tell a story called The Fool's Journey. Then we've got the Minor Arcana, which is the other 56 cards. And this is where things get really interesting, because this is where daily life shows up. The Minor Arcana talks about your relationships, your energy, your thoughts, your money, your habits, the stuff you deal with all the time. Now here's something most people miss. The Minor Arcana also tells a story. Each suit, the Wands, Cups, Swords and Pentacles, follows a journey from Ace to 10. And if you look at them in order, you'll start to see a pattern. A spark begins, challenges show up, growth happens, and by the end, something either completes or transforms. The full journey through each suit is something I explore in way more detail in my book, Intuitive Tarot. If you love the idea of learning how each suit tells a complete story, from the first card to the last, that book will help you connect the dots and start reading in a way that actually flows like a story. But even just knowing there is a story makes the deck feel way less random. It gives the cards context, and that's where things really start to click. So let's quickly break down the 4 suits, because this is where tarot starts feeling more grounded. So first of all, Wands. These are all about action, energy, creativity, and ideas. This is fire energy. When you're inspired or motivated or chasing something, that's Wands. Next up, we have Cups. These deal with emotions, relationships, love, and intuition. This is water. It's about connection, feelings, and everything that happens below the surface. And then we have Swords. They represent the mind. Thoughts, communication, clarity, conflict. This is air energy. Mental pressure, hard truths, decisions, all of that show up in Swords. And lastly, we have the Pentacles. These are all about the physical world. Money, work, home, your health, long-term goals. This is Earth, anything practical and tangible. Once you start getting a feel for the 4 suits, you'll be able to tell straight away what area of life the reading is focusing on, before you even look at the meanings. Like, if a Cups card shows up, you know it's going to be something emotional or relationship related. And here's something really cool. If a bunch of cards from the same suit show up in one reading, that's not random. That usually means one part of your life is kind of taking center stage right now. Like, if you're seeing loads of Swords, you're probably stuck in your head about something. If it's Aces, maybe you're fired up but don't know where to direct that energy. Those patterns matter, and that can actually tell you just as much as the individual card meanings. Now, every suit is made up of 14 cards. That's 10 numbered cards and 4 court cards: Page, Knight, Queen, and King. The numbered cards follow a pattern from start to finish. They're not random, they each sit at a different stage of a journey. Here's the basic flow. Ace is the beginning, new energy, a seed being planted. 2 is duality or choice. 3 is growth or expansion. 4 brings stability or pause. 5 is a challenge or disruption. 6 shows movement or recovery. 7 brings reflection, trust, and re-evaluation. 8 is momentum, sometimes restriction. 9 is nearing completion, and 10 is the end of a cycle, either fulfillment or burnout, depending on the suit. And this pattern repeats across all 4 suits, so once you learn how the numbers behave, it becomes way easier to pick up new cards and understand them quickly. Then there are the court cards, and these are like characters. Sometimes they represent people in your life, other times they're parts of yourself or roles you're stepping into. Here's a quick way to think about them. The Page is beginner energy. It's curious, open, learning something new. Knights are movement, bold, mission-driven, maybe a little impulsive. Queens are wise, nurturing, and are all about inner mastery. They're calm and powerful. And the King is leadership, responsibility, directing energy outward. And each of these roles takes on the personality of the suit they're in. So a Knight of Swords is fast-talking, decisive, sharp. A Knight of Cups would be more romantic, dreamy, emotionally driven. The cards feel different because they are different, and that layering is where the depth comes in. So to sum it all up, the deck is split into the major and minor arcana. The major tells the big story, your milestones, while the minor shows the daily shifts and patterns. And each suit follows a journey. And the numbers and court cards give you a structure, rhythm, and personality. Now that you've got a sense of the overall structure, we can start looking at the actual cards. In the next part, we'll walk through every card of the major arcana, from the Fool to the World, in a way that's clear and easy to follow.